Hey guys, it's Gabrielle, and first of all, sorry about the lighting in the back. I film right in front of a window, and my lighting is like really bright right now, so it might make the back look a little too bright. So if that's like really annoying, just like let me know and I won't film in this angle anymore. I'm really trying so hard to find the perfect filming area, and I decided I'm gonna try this area. So this video isn't going to be about the setup of my filming. I actually want to share a story with you guys. Storytime videos have been like my favorite videos to watch lately on YouTube. Like late at night, I'll be laying in bed. I'm like, should I watch an episode on Netflix? No, I'm going to watch some storytime videos instead. They're just like so captivating and interesting to watch. Like I love learning about people and hearing people's dirty details and stories and stuff. So I decided I'm going to give back to the community and share one of my most embarrassing and sort of scary stories. This happened, I believe it was last October. To give you guys a little background, I was going to school and working full time, so I was working overnight. So I would literally work an overnight, then the next day I would work 4 to 10 at night, and then the next morning I would have to be at school at 8 in the morning. So after a while, this started getting very tiring. I think it was like my first exam at school for this class, and I was just a wreck. I overslept. I overslept by a half hour. So my class started at 8. I slept till 8:30. I didn't get to school till 9. Thankfully, she let me stay and take the exam, but I was like, I literally like woke up, I rolled out of bed, and I went to school. So to give you a visualization, my hair was up, a lot messier than it is now. It was greasy. Sorry, but yeah, I like to shower in the morning, so my hair was pretty dirty looking. I wasn't wearing any makeup, and I looked absolutely atrocious without makeup on. I wasn't even wearing a bra. I just had a t-shirt on and a sweatshirt. So I looked absolutely horrendous, right? So I got to school, I took the exam, and I was on my way home. I was so tired, you guys, from just working so much. I was like physically drained and exhausted. So my route to school was a busy like highway, I guess you could call it. So the traffic around noon is always kind of busy, so I always try and take my time, and I'm very aware. It's almost like driving in the city if you live in a big city. It's what it felt like to me, at least. It's just very trafficy. So I was at this intersection, and it was like a four-way intersection. So I was at the light here, and then at the other light over here there was a cop, and I just kind of saw him. I was like, whatever. And the light changed, then I went, and I was so tired, so I was listening to music, and I was just trying to like stay awake. You know, when you're tired and you're just listening to music and you're just kind of like driving and just like, oh my god, like I'm ready to like fucking fall asleep at the wheel. That was me. And so I'm driving, and this highway or whatever, it's so narrow that it feels like the cars are gonna like drift into you. And there was a big like box truck right next to me, so my car was kind of like drifting over the line, and I was like, oh my god, like don't hit me, sir. And I was so tired, I didn't even realize that the cop had his lights on behind me. The cop was pulling me over, and I didn't even notice it, so I just kept like doing my thing, and then I hear like the sirens. He like started sounding his horn or whatever, and I was like, is he pulling me over? I had never been pulled over before, so I was like, holy shit. So I like pull over, and then I go to get my registration. I decided to not put my registration or insurance into my glove box. And I didn't have my license, by the way. I lost my license. Well, I lost my entire wallet, and I just hadn't had the time to actually go and get a new license. And I don't really have an explanation as to why my registration wasn't in my car. So now I'm going to give you a visualization of my car. So my mom and I, at the time, I was working overnights, going to school, and on the side, making extra money doing house cleaning. So my mom and I did that business together, and the day before, I forgot to mention this, but I worked an overnight. Then the next morning, I went and did house cleaning. I came home and slept for a couple hours. Then I went to work that afternoon. I know, I was fucking crazy. I will never work that many hours ever again. But anyways, after work, my mom was like, you gotta eat something. So we went and got a pizza. Well, the pizza box was still in my car. And I had cleaning supplies in my back seat. And then in my trunk, I had books and papers from school, just all over my trunk. So my car was a little bit of a disaster. So yeah, the cop pulled me over. He asked me for my license and registration. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything on me. And he said, why? And I made up the story. I said, well, I lost my license and I needed my registration and insurance to fill out for new insurance or something, and I don't think he bought it. I was like, they're at home, I'm sorry, I've just been so busy, so I haven't put them back in my car yet. My class is in Patterson, and that is like a very drug invasive area in New Jersey. So he asked me, what are you doing in Patterson? And I said, I go to the school right here and I was just taking an exam. And he said, is that all you were doing here in the area today? And I said, yeah, like I literally just took the exam. I'm so tired because I just worked an overnight last night and I'm just very tired. I just wasn't really paying attention. And I said, can you tell me why I got pulled over? And he said, we'll get to that later. And I assumed because I didn't have any documentation on me, he asked me to search my car. And I was like, yes, of course. I didn't want to give him any issue because I knew I was already in trouble and gonna get hit with like a lot of fines and tickets and stuff. So I was like, yeah, of course, go ahead. So he called over a warrant so he could search my car. I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Got nothing to hide, right? Oh my god. I haven't talked about this on my channel for privacy reasons, but my mom has a really damaged back. She has like 7 herniated discs, I think, and her entire spine is just crumbling, and she has a really bad neck and a really bad back. So she's in pain all the time, and so at the time she was taking Percocets for her pain. And guess what? My mom decided to put some of her Percocets in my purse so she would have them while we were at work together. The cop discovered the drugs and he said, do you know what these are? And I said, no. And he was like, these are Percocets. I was like, oh, those must be my mom's. I was like, me and my mom work together, we do house cleaning together, and she's in a lot of pain, so she takes medicine for her pain. And this cop wasn't buying it for a second. He was like, well, I'm sorry, but if your mom doesn't come here and prove that these are her pills, I'm gonna arrest you. Ugh. Like, you know when you talk about something and it brings back the memories? That's what this feels like. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to get arrested. Let me call my mom and make sure she has the prescription. I'm sure she does. So I call my mom and I say, Mom, I just got pulled over and they found your Percocets in my purse. I need you to bring your prescription over so they know I'm not a drug dealer. The cop talked to my mom and he said, because we were like on a busy highway at the time, he said, so I'm gonna have you drive up to this parking lot so we're not in the middle of the road when we do all of this. So I was like, okay. I drove up the road to a parking lot and I parked there. So I forgot to mention this when I was talking about my car. My gas tank was almost empty. I had like almost no gas in my car. I at the time was like always on the run, so like I would never make time to stop for gas because I was like, gotta go here, gotta go there, I'm gonna be late. So I like would never stop for gas, and my gas light was on. That's how empty I was on gas. So upon being fucking tired, upon being pulled over, and upon my gas tank almost being empty, I was having a pretty fucking shitty day. So we pull over in the parking lot. I get out of my car and the cop just has me sit on the sidewalk and I'm in tears. I started crying. As soon as he said, I'm gonna arrest you, I started crying. I started having a fucking anxiety attack. I was like, oh my god, like I don't want to get pulled over. I started having like a really bad anxiety attack. I was just sitting on the concrete crying and the cop was sitting next to me. He said, my parents are gonna be here in about 15 minutes. And the cop said, I'm gonna give you one more chance to be honest with me. Have you ever taken Oxycontin? Have you ever dealt it? Have you ever bought it from somebody? He's pretty much asking me if I was a drug dealer or on drugs. And I said, no, I've never taken it before. I've never done any drugs. I promise you I'm 100% clean. Those are just my mom's. And the drug dealer, and the cop wasn't taking it for a fucking second. He was like, okay, well, when your parents get here, we'll see how right you are. So I saw my parents pull up and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, I'm not gonna go to jail. And my mom and my dad came out of the car and my mom walked up to the cop and showed him the thing. And then the cop came over to me and was like, I'm gonna give you a really good deal right now. I'm not gonna write you a ticket for not having your license or your registration. I'm just writing you a ticket for not having your insurance on you. And going over the W line, which I think was like a irresponsible driving ticket. I can't remember the name of the ticket, but that's what I got. And my tickets were like fucking $500 with all the fines and everything. And oh my god, I can't believe I was that irresponsible. As soon as my parents got to me and after the cop gave me my ticket, I hugged my dad and I was like, I'm sorry for being so irresponsible. And he was like, it's okay, kid, you live and you learn. Just don't let this happen again. So after that, I had to go to court and pay off all my fines. And oh my god, that was the worst experience of my life. I hope I painted you guys a clear enough image. It's one of those things that you kind of have to be there and experience it to know how scared I was, like almost getting arrested. After that, I made sure that I always had my registration and insurance and license in my car at all times. And if you're a driver and you normally forget your license or misplace your registration or your insurance card, make sure you have those 3 things at all times because it'll save you so much money and it'll save you from having a cop raise suspicions and search your car and find your mom's drugs in your purse. That's the moral of the story. Just be a responsible driver and don't fucking forget your 3 most important identifications while driving. So I decided to film this video today because I'm having a really bad day and I thought maybe sharing this really embarrassing story would help me feel better. And to be honest, just talking to you guys kind of made me feel better because it kind of like helped me let off some steam. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next video. And if you want to see more storytime videos, make sure you like this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!